also acknowledge that so much of the promise of 1994 still needs to be realized.
Imenakhe yokuthokozela iminyaka ema-29 yekululeko umengameli uCyril Ramaphosa uthi uyavuma kuningi okusathlayelwako enithembiseni abazenzako kodwana kuningi sele bakwenzile.
Uthi yile yona akusiyi kululeko uthi bakateleleke bona beze lapha qobe malanga kuzokukha amanzi.
Ngakelinye ihlangothi abanye abantu bathi abasiboni isizathu sokugidinga ilanga lekululeko ngombana solo abanazo insiza ebathenjiswa zona.
They played together. The other one plays defensive midfield.
Sarsman, solid, stays on his feet, doesn't commit the foul.
Siqalela imidlalo yephaliswano le-DStv Premiership edlala namhlanje. Kwaba kuhle ukuhlanganiswa zindaba kodwa zesiNdebele lapha ku-DTT Lotshani. Izakhamuzi zeGiyane Limpopo zithi nakuyikululeko yona bayizwa ngobatsho abe abasiboni isizathu sokugidinga ilangeli njengamanye amaSewula Afrika ngombana bathayelelwa amanzi.
Okwanje kusetshenziswa i-3.2 billion yamarandi ehlelweni lokudosa amanzi edamini leNandoni eThoyando adosele edamini leNsame eGiyane ukulwisana nomraro wamanzi lo. Nanya namanzi selathomile ungena edamini leNsame ukusuka edamini leNandoni izakhamuzi eziningi aziwatholi kuhle amanzi njengoba umthangalasekelo wedamini lokucenga amanzi mncane begodu uyahlayela. Qobe malanga uRobert Ngobeni uza lapha ukuzokhela umndeni wakhe amanzi. uNgobeni uthi umndeni wakhe wamalunga amahlanu usebenzisa amanzi ukuvasa nokuhlamba kuthi wokusela bawathenga ngamaranda amahlanu amalitha 12. Uthi yile yona akusiyi kululeko uthi bakateleleke bona beze lapha qobe malanga kuzokukha amanzi. Usomabhizinisi lo yena uthi nanyana ahlanza insetshenziswa zakhe zokusebenza lapha imali eningi uyisebenzisana kayokuthenga imirorho ayithengisako. Uthi eminyakeni emithathu edlulileko kwangasi nje njengoba kwakunabatshala imirorho endaweni le kodwa nabo balisa ukutshala ngokuhlokeka kwamanzi okhu.
You must go far to stock because of the lack of water. There was other place where we used to get water around, but because there's no water, we must travel far, Litsitele, Tsanin, as far as Makado, to get something for us to sell.
Kandabo mabaqophisa izambatho lapha sekuyinto bonakala qobe malanga endaweni eziningi zeGiyane. Aboma abaningi bathi nanyana kuyingozi uqophisa izambatho lapha akunangenye indlela kufanele beze.
Pheka imati enamadembe mohlaya mingarina.
Uthi beza lapha kuzoqophisa izambatho zabo amanzi aphuma empompini solo bawagcina iminyaka emithathu edlulileko.
Imabone 2 days after 2 days kufikela sheshwa Starbucks chat baroko kungarina 5 rand.
Uthi na ungana mali amanzi wezwa ngobatsho. Uthi batsho inkolo yezithutha amanzi zibabiza imali eningi ekuyimali abanganayo bona.
5 rand kubukubu sekufanisana mina anamali yona yaleyo.
Imphathi mandla zithi indawo ezima-24 kwezima-55 kufuze zizuze ehlelweni zizokuba namanzi ngaphambi kokuphela komnyaka lo.
Once we are done with the first 24 villages, you then have the next phase of 31 villages, which will then constitute 55. Early January 2024, we should be beginning your SEM processes so that we are able to complete the work.
Kuza kubonakala khona bona ababhadali bomthelo kusafanele bangene kangangani ke ngikhwameni ukuqedelela ingaba embili ezisele kuze project ebiza imali ngangemali le.
Njengoba iSouth Africa igidinga iminyaka ema-29 yedemocracy, abaphalali abahlala emaplasini wangaphandle kweBronghorstspruit bathi nanyana abahlala eSouth Africa nje abanayo ikululeko. Isiqhema sabaphalali lesi ngesisuswe ngaphandle ema-ofisini wenchaba ezibumbeneko eBrooklyn ePumalanga yePitori ngelesihlanu weveke epheleleko. Njengoba babhala ukusiwa ezikweni lelindela bakhamba bayokuhlala emaplasini weBronghoro.
Ubabona balapha nje basuswe ngaphandle kwama-ofisi wenchaba ezibumbeneko eBrooklyn ePitori. abaphalali abama-60 nanaba bazifumanele indawana le. uJohnny Lowoso odabuke DRC sala neminyaka eli-13 ahlala ekhethwapha ngemva kokubaleka enarheni yekhabo ngethemba lokuthi uza kufumana impilo engcono lapha eSouth Africa.
We don't see the profit of it. There is no profit for us, but there is a way to make it for us also to enjoy it, because when South Africa people get freedom, I think it's all Africa that celebrates. And I remember my own country, DRC, contributes a lot, especially our former Mobutu Sese Seko president. He has done a lot. Also all the country of Africa. So it was like the battle we fight for all of us. So let us also enjoy. And in that point, I would like just to call on the Baba Cyril. I beg you, Papa President, please, would you do something for the refugees?
Freedom is South Africa. Democracy is not for refugee. We don't have democracy. We don't have freedom. We have nothing. I'm asking myself which kind of agreement that UNHCR had with South African.
Kunjalo nje kunabantwana lapha babalelwa ema-30 begodu omncane wakhona unemveke ezisithandathu ubudala. Bathi bathembele ukuba saphasi ukwenzela ukupheka, kanti bathi bathonywa ukuthi utshani balapha bomile kungenzeka kulumathe umlilo kube nengozi enganabubono. Gandhi bathi nanyana banganalitho nje kodwa nabathokozela ukuthi baphephile okwanje.
The fear is that there are snakes around, and also we are far away from people, and the other things is when in case of emergency we don't know what will happen to us. We don't know what will happen.
On the farm is not nice, but for myself, for my family, I feel like I'm safe. I'm far away from the community because I didn't want to go back to the community. I'm far away from Lindela because Lindela is living well. I'm fine in the farm. Just one problem is traumatizing us again. If someone collapses here or if a child is bit by a snake, what we will do?
Isazi ngendaba zabaphalali sithi sithonyekile ngokuthi akenziwa litho lengako ukuqinisekisa ukuphepha kwabaphalali.
They are constantly feeling under threat and under attack, and I think we need to revert to the words of Nelson Mandela, Chris Hani, Steve Biko, that we need a society where we all care for each other, where there is genuine Ubuntu, that we love each other, appreciate each other, we get on, because the main philosophy about success in life is if you get along with people, you get ahead. And at the moment in South Africa, we're too busy fighting amongst ourselves and against each other, instead of focusing on the big picture of how to make this country a true democracy.
Nakusenjalo abaphalali laba banethemba lokuthi ngesizo lenhlangano ezingalawulwa mbuso namagcetho amalungelo wobuntu nabo ngelinye ilanga baza kufumana isizo lokuthi bagcine bakhululekile.
Ekhasini lethu leFacebook sibuza ukuthi ingabe uzizwa ukhululekile na ngoba namhlanje ilizwe lekhethweli lithokozela ilanga lekululeko. Nakumbona wakho mbukeli uyalandela.
Kufanele ukuthi silibhiyozele umsakazi. Ubhiyozela kanjani usuku ekubeni umnotho, imali, amandla, yonke into singenawo. Ungajabula kanjani ukuthi ukhululekile ulambile eswini imisebenzi ingekho njengoba uyabona eSouth Africa kubheda kanjani. So nje ayike into esingayijabulela eSouth Africa. Asinako konke kwasihamba sonke. So nje engakusho mina akukho esingakujabulela kuyabheda.
Inkululeko angiyiboni. Hlale nje ngizothola inkululeko. Nemanje okubhlungu ukuthi wasesixubana sodwa singabantu abamnyama. Qala sasikhala ngabo bala elimhlophe sithi mhlambe ibona abasicindezela kodwa manje umbuso siwutholile phezulu kwezandla zethu kodwa sisaxubana sodwa ke yipi ke lenkululeko okukhulunywa ngayo.
Ulilizwe siyokhuleka ngempela mhla abantu abaningi akwabantu abamnyama kwayibona abaphethe umnotho.
Abantu abanobalula abantu abasebuhulumenteni because better life for all lokho kuthethwa ngaye ngabo abantu abaxhamlayo kuye.
Umbono ngeumbukeli iSABC ayizokuthwesa umlando wokuziphendulela ngombono wombukeli. Kanti ukulandelela indaba yokuthokozela ilanga lekululeko sikhulumisana nokomchinara ubuyabe ligqwetha lamalungelo obuntu ubaba uJB Sibanyoni ovela ekomchinini yamalungelo obuntu. Bangela siyakwamukela indabeni zesiNdebele lapha ku DTT.
Ngiyathokoza Thandeka ngilotshise ke nabalaleli nababukeli be DTT bachana.
Sithokoze. Ingabe ngokubona kwakho babu Sibanyoni abantu basalithabela ilangeli sengitsho bayagidinga ilanga lekululeko elina ngombana abantu abanengi bayalila siqeda ukubabona abantu bathe balambile kanti begodu insiza abanazo ezifana namanzi nezinye kodwa.
Bona kwamambala kunjalo abantu imibono yabo ihlukene phakathi kukhona abantu abathabile bathabela ilanga lechapuluko ngombana nawuqala ngaphambi komnyaka ka1994 khabe kubudisi khulu enaheni yeSouth Africa ngombana khabe kungilaba abavela ebuchingalanga abamhlophe kade kungibo abaphethe embusweni bekodwa nendaweni eziningi la kunomnono khona bekade kuphethe bona kodwa na ke ilanga namhlanje amalanga ama27 April 1994 kula kwachaphuluka khona ukuthi bonke abahlali benaga eSouth Africa nabamhlophe Mandiya makhaladi bekuthi nabantu abanzima baba mjeje munye iqueue yinye bayokukhetha ukuthi ngimuphi umbuso ebabona ukuthi ngiwo ozawuletha ichuguluko elihlukile elingafani nobujamo ekade bukhona ngaphambi komnyaka ka1994 eThandeka.
Babu Sibanyoni niyatsho ukuthi abantu bebakhetha ihlangano ebabacabanga ukuthi izokuletha amachuguluko kodwa na abantu abasebenzi sithini lapho?
Uyabona kubhlungu ngombana kwathi na kubuya emakhethweni wange 27 April 1994 ihlangano ebusako yathola 62% angisakhumbula ukuthi point bani kama emagama yathola i2/3 majority and leso sikhathi leso wakhona izinto eziningi ekade kufanele zilungiswe sibaphethe embusweni ngombana sizakhumbula ukuthi eWorld Trade Center eSeKempton Park lapho kade khona iCODESA iCongress for the Democratic of South Africa kwathi nakhulunyiswa nako kwakhulunywa kwabonakala ukuthi awasekuyonakala abantu bayabulawa sizakhumbula ukuthi eyathusa kakhulu pheze kwaba nepi yangaphakathi civil war ubulawa kwaChrisani bekodwa siyakhumbula ukuthi abantu kade bakhamba ngezitimela kade baphoswa ngaphandle isitimela sikhamba abantu bebadunyuzwa namkhabakuphi kwase kuthiwa awa into engcono ukuthi kufanele kiwe emakhethweni ngobana umbuso loya okade uphethe wabonakala ngathi uyariyada awuthathe amagadango aneleko ukuthi uvimbe yakhumbula bekuthiwa unesandla sesithathu i-third force aloke sele bangenile ke embusweni enye into ekhulu ekade isele ngaphandle engazange ikhulunywe iqedwe eKempton Park eCODESA abe kule esithi nasikhulumako sithi social economic rights ama social economic rights ngamanye amagama aphathelene nezomnotho aphathelene nezomphakathi kwathiwa leyo iza kubonwa ngokuhamba kwesikhathi ingathatha njena yinye indaba yenaga indaba yeland kwathiwa kuzaba ne transformation babiza transformation kwathiwa abantu abathathwa la bahlala khona basuswa baqothwa baza kufaka imbawo zokubuyiselwa inaga zabo aloke nasehlangothini lokuthi omunye umnotho ngokuthi ube nebubulo namkha ube nebusiness angithi ube nebusiness elingelakho kodwa na ke na uqalako ke Thandeka awakusese nomahluko omkhulu ingalokho abantu bathi namkha sesikhona embusweni sikhona ngeKapa sikhona kuzifunda kuma provincial legislature sikhona kuma local government nalama khulu ekuthiwa ama metro kodwa na ke nawo khambako mhlambe udlula inaga mhlambe udlula iplaza uyazibuza ukuthi ngela kabani usaphethe laba ekade baphethe isikhathini esigadungileko begodu futhi ke nawo qala ibusiness nawuqala ibusiness nayo usaqalile ukuthi nayo ibusiness lena ngubani ophethe ibusiness ekulu nalama business amakhulu ama industry amabubulo iindustry ubani abasaphetheko kusaphethe laba ekade baphethe isikhathini esigadungileko ingakho kuthiwa inaga yeSouth Africa kuyinaga engalingani edlula zonke ezinye inaga it is the most unequal country iSouth Africa.
Alo baba Sibanyoni njengekomishini yamalungelo obuntu ziyafika ingitshijilo abantu abaqalene nazo ezikini
ziyafika kithi Thandeka thina siyikomishini yamalungelo obuntu silapha kusahluko sethoba uchapter 9 sibizwa kuthiwa singama watchdog kama emagama sizizinja eziqaphileko ukuthi ekhabe kwenzeka kade ngaphambi komnyaka ka1994 ngezi27 zika April ungasa kuyigodu kwenzeke begodu ke amalungelo la okhuluma ngawo ilungelo lokudla right to food ilungelo lamanzi right to water ilungelo lepilo the right to health dlelezelwa angathoriswa aloke sase sinikelwa ke ukuthi kunomthetho efanele sisebenze ngawo nakufika ingongoyilo yafika ingongoyilo kunomthetho ekuthiwa iphephuda ngokhonyeziweko iphephuda ijamele i-promotion of equality and prevention of unfair discrimination act and then begodu ke kukhona nomunye umthetho esinikele wona owenzele South African Human Rights Commission ekuthiwa yi-South African Human Rights Commission number 40 of 2013 nabafikako ke siyabasiza Thandeka and ngifuna ukutsho ukuthi abantu abanengi abawazi umsebenzi omkhulu owenziwa ikomishana yamalungelo obuntu kodwa na ke abantu labangakhona ukuthi ba ugule lapha na ku www.sahrc.gov.za bangakhona ukubona ukuthi umsebenzi esiwenza komkhulu kangangani thina sinabo umvikeli womphakathi abo public protector begodwa sina commission yokulingana ngobulili esithi commission for gender equality begodwa ne commission yamasiko neyekolo begodwa neyamalimi begodwa ne commission yamakhetho thina sinikelwe amandla ukuthi njengoba ngithi sima watchdog siqalile sibeke ilizwi siyamonitora ukuthi laba abasembusweni khani bawenza umsebenzi wokuthi abantu bathola insizilo namkha awa nabangawenzi siyakwazi ukuthi sithathe inqundo kwesikhathi sithi zimphakamiso ama recommendation kanti ke kukhona nezinye sithi ama directives i court yomthetho sisekelo constitutional court yakhuluma yathi umvikeli womphakathi nakakhuphe isifundo leso siyisibopho, it is binding. Umuntu nangabe uyabelayelwa yikhotho kwaphela engasibuyisela ngeqadi isireviewe. Nathi sike siyi-commission yamalungelo wobuntu sithi ama directives wethu anamandla angako, kanti-ke nangabe umuntu akawanaki ama directives wethu, inqundo zethu, sinawo-ke amandla-ke ukuthi sisebenzise lo mthetho engikhuluma ngawo iphephuda ukuthi simdosele ekhotho kuthiwa yi-equality court, ikhotho yokulingana, and kungaba ikhotho kamantshi ka-magistrate, kungaba ikhotho yejaji. Maningi amacala esiwafakile lapho, imibiko mayimagama ama-report wethu ayayikhuluma indaba le engiyikhulumayo. Kunenkqundo esizitholileko, ezinye esisanda kuzithola njenganje ngilesi sekhotho yokubilayela, i-Supreme Court of Appeal yaseMangaung eBloemfontein, lana ithe khona iflaga leyayekadeni ekhabe ijamele abamhlophe kuphela bangasathobi ukuthi bayiphakamise echatshalazini, bangayisebenzisa emuseum namkha ehohomejeni kodwa bangayiphakamise echatshalazini. Ngasehlangothini-ke lalamanye amalungelo afana namanzi, kunesinye isifundo esakhutshwa yikhotho yase Mpumalanga Division of the High Court. Sisalandelela nalapho ngombana ijaji ebekade lilalele isibawo sethu sesifakile la kade siphikisa khona umnikazi weplaza owathi abantu bathola amanzi webohole wawajikisa angasayi ebantwini aya kuye kuphela umnikazi weplaza. Sathi kufanele abuyisele arestore amanzi lawo. Aloke isifundo sethu ujaji wathi yena awa ubona kungasisifundo esinamandla afana naka public protector. Ngikhuluma nje ngenyanga kaJune kuzobe kukhona isibawo sokubilayela ngamanye amagama i-appeal esifakileko la kuzoba khona i-full bench, ngamanye amagama kuzoba amajaji amathathu weMpumalanga Division of the High Court ekufanele aqale ukuthi ijaji lela khani likhulume kohle namkha awa. Nawo lamajaji amathathu Thandeka ngifuna ukusho ukuthi laka ngathi aphikisana nathi avumelana nejaji lelana la sizobadosela khona sizakuhlangana eConstitution Hill la kukhona iConstitutional Court enechumi lamajaji nejaji linye ekungiyo ikhotho esithi an apex court iqale kakhulu ukuthi nase kubhalile wabhala ukubhala ngiyo ephezulu efanele ikhuphe isifundo esiza kubopha yonke inarha yeSouth Africa. Begodwa-ke nabantu laba engithi mina kabe bahlala emaplasini basuswa emaplasini bathathelwa inarha zabo, sithe siyi-Human Rights Commission sifuna ukufaka isibawo esizakuba sibawo esiberegako namkha esisebenzako enarheni yeSouth Africa yonke zombelele.
Baba Sibanyoni, namhlanje usihlomisile, sithokoze khulu ngesikhathi sakho. Njengoba namhlanje uSouth Africa igidinga ilanga lekululeko nje, uMengameli Cyril Ramaphosa uvakatshele eMansell Park Stadium eKlerksdorp eTlagwini Tjingalanga, lapha ahlanganyele khona nezakhamuzi zakhona ukuthokozela ilanga lanamhlanje. uMengameli uRamaphosa uthi kunenge kusafanele kwenziwe ukuze impilo yamaSouth Africa ibe ngcono.
uMengameli Cyril Ramaphosa uthe nakathoma ukuthokozela ilanga lanamhlanje wathi leli lilanga elikhulu begodu licho ukuthi eminyakeni ema-29 iSouth Africa yafumana isitifiketi sokubelethwa kolizwe ngobutsha, kanti lokho kungamandla wamaSouth Africa aqinisekisa ukuthola iSouth Africa etsha ngokuvota nangokuthi amanye anikele ngempilo yawo.
This is the day when all of us as South Africans got a birth certificate for our country, because that's when the real South Africa was born. On the 27th of April, 1994, South Africans of all races and all languages and all creeds stood in long, winding queues in the exercise of their democratic right, for which so many fought and for which so many sacrificed their own lives.
Ngalokho ke umengameli uthi kuqhakathekile ukuthi ngamalanga afana nala kuhlonitshwe bekukhunjula abantu abalo la ikululeko ngombana abanengi balahlekelwa impilo yabo, abanye babotshwa bebabhubhele ejele, kanokubhlungu ukuthi abanye babhubhele emazweni wangaphandle.
And that is why it is important for ka letsatsi le tshwanang lele re ise tlhompho go bao ba ilweng ba lwanela tokologo ya rona, ba bantsi ba ile ba shwa, ba bantsi ba ile ba shwella ko mahatsheng a ko ntle, ba bang ba shwella tronkong, ba lwanela lefatshe le la rona.
uRamaphosa uthi namhlanje ilizweli aligidinga ikhambe elide lokuye kululekweni kwaphela, kodwana ligidinga impumelelo khona eSouth Africa apha ukusukela eminyakeni ema-29 edlulileko yedemocracy. Nanyana kunjalo umengameli uyavuma ukuthi kunenge kusafanele kwenziwe ukuphumelelisa inthembiso ezenziwa ngo-1994.
We also acknowledge that so much of the promise of 1994 still needs to be realized. It is on this occasion that we rededicate ourselves to work with greater purpose and determination. We work with greater unity to give full effect to the meaning of freedom in our land.
Umengameli uthi sifunde sisithwele umlando omningi nobhlungu weSouth Africa, bewenza isibonelo ngokuqothwa komndeni kaArchbishop Desmond Tutu naka neminyaka esithandathu kwaphela ngombana batsho kwathiwa indawo lengi yamakhuwa. Umengameli uyikhumbulile neyokusetshenziswa kabuhlungu kwabasebenzi bemayini ikhibe babhadelwa imali encane bebagandelelwe.
Archbishop Desmond Mpilo Tutu was 6 years old when his family and many others were thrown out of their homes in the vibrant community of Makweteng to clear the area for white people to settle in. Matlosana was home to a mining industry which, under apartheid, was responsible for the exploitation of mine workers, paying them slave wages and exposing them to terrible working conditions and living conditions.
Ngehlangothini lefundo uRamaphosa uthi ikulu ituthuke khona ngombana namhlanje zonke izinkolo zamukela abantwana ngokuhlukahlukana kobuchaba, kanti uthi ingidigidi zabantwana bavele emndenini edobha phasi bafunde enkolweni ezingabhadelwako begodu badla khona, kanti uthi okuhle ukuthi abantwana bafunde enkolweni zombuso ezo baphasa kuhle.
Millions of learners from poor households attend no-fee schools. Every day, 9 million learners receive a meal at school. This never was the case before 1994. Last year, just over 900,000 young people sat for matric, and more than 80% of them passed. And more of the learners are achieving bachelor passes, and they are largely from no-fee schools, the schools that did not have facilities, that were relegated to the back under Bantu education.
Umengameli uCyril Ramaphosa uyithindile nesikhwama sesibonelelo sabafundi bemazikweni aphakemeko i-NSFAS. Wathi isikhwamesi ngokhunye okubalwa hlangana netuthuko nezedemokhrasi ngehlangothini lefundo.
Today, through the National School Finance Aid, NSFAS, more than 700,000 young people from poor working class backgrounds are being funded for their tertiary studies at TVET colleges as well as at universities.
Nakaqathanisa iSouth Africa yango 1994 neyanamhlanje uRamaphosa uthi kunenge okuchugulukileko ngehlangothini lezempilo ngombana njenganje kunamaziko amaningi wezempilo kunaphambilini begodwa uthi njenganje abantu abanengi bahlala endlini abazakhelwe umbuso simahla.
Many more South African households live in formal dwellings. The government, the democratic government, having continued to build houses for our people and giving them free to those people.
Nakusenjalo umengameli uCyril Ramaphosa uthi sikhuluma nje abalela ku-18 million amaSouth Africa phila ngesibonelelo sikahulumende kanti nakuhlanganiswa nesibonelelo sabantu abangasebenziko esifike nokwehla kwangogwana ye-COVID-19 kutsho ukuthi babalela ku-29 million abantu abafumana isibonelelo sikahulumende ekhethwapha. Kanti lokho kutsho ukuthi yikulu indima uhulumende ayilimileko solokwafika idemokhrasi. Nginguphindile Msiza wendaba ze-SABC e-Auckland Park eJohannesburg.
Nakusenjalo neGauteng bekidingwa yona iminyaka e29 yikululeko.
I can't really say we are free, especially as girls, because crime currently is rising, and when we see the number each and every day escalating, it's like we're not free enough to say what our voices are heard.
Kube nesiphakamiso sokuthi khunjule labo ekhabe baphambili ekulweleni ikululeko.
As we celebrate this day, we spend more time in darkness because we don't have electricity. As we celebrate this day, we spend more time jumping sewer because we are not fixing the challenges of sewer in our communities. As we spend this day, we have so many people that are making life difficult that every night when you go to bed, you don't know whether you will wake up, because there are people that have guns and there are people that declare themselves as criminals and they do as they wish in our communities. As we celebrate this day, the cost of living is too high. There are people that cannot afford even to buy bread or at least to buy maize meal so that they can survive. We can live in those conditions, but it's through this democratic government that we can in a position to eliminate those challenges.
Today, we mark 29 years since the ICON election were held, and greater strides have been made to better the lives of our people, although a lot still needs to be achieved.
Kanti nesiphakamiso sekuthi kuvikelwe ikululeko kwenzela ukuthi wonke umuntu ayithabele.
Sisaraga nokuthokozela ilanga lekululeko ake sihedlule emva siqale ingikhathi ezahlukahlukeneko ezivezwe ngobugwali long march to freedom eCentury City eKapa. Indawo le ihlonipha abanye balabo abalwisana nobukoloni bebandlululo.
I-Long March to Freedom inezinto ezenziwe ngobugwala ezingaphezulu kwekhulu. Balwa kizo nenithombe ezibaziweko zabomakekera abalwisana negandelelo njengesibotshwa sokuthoma sepolitiki esavo Robben Island uHarry Strand Looper nabanye ababotshwa ngengikhathi zokuthoma zobukoloni eSouth Africa pha.
The colonial masters, they decided to change his name. They said, no, we cannot call you Ushomanto. We don't know how to call you. That's name. So from today, you are Harry the Strand Looper. So he became the first black prisoner in Robben Island. In Robben Island, he didn't escape twice, using a boat ride with some of slaves. So we also have, one of the Khoi leader, David Stearman, who went to Robben Island. But in Robben Island also, he didn't stay, he escaped 3 times, using a boat ride, right? So when they caught him, after escaping, they took him to Australia jail. It's where he died there. Today, as I speak, they changed PE Airport name after him, David Stearman Airport today.
Enkathi zengonyama uShaka-Zulu ngesikhathi sobukoloni sitshengiswa ngenkutani zephi ezihlukahlukeneke bezilwisana nombuso. I-Union of South Africa yasungulwa ngo-1910 yabangela ukuthoma kokuthathwa kwenarha ithathwa ngomthetho we-Native Land Act wango-1913 owathoma ukusebenza ngomhla ka-19 kuMgwengweni ngo-1913. Umholi we-Black Consciousness uSteve Biko wabhubhela ejele ngomhla ka-12 ngoKhukhulamungu ka-1977. uSolomon Kalushi Mahlangu iJohn le-MK wabulawa ngokuphanyekwa nguhulumende webandlululo ngo-1979. Umholi we-SABC uChris Hani wabulawela ngaphandle komzakhe eBoksburg ngomhla ka-10 kuSihlabantangana ngo-1993. Inthombe ezibaziweko zaboma bango-1956 abadosa phambili imatch yokulisana nomthetho wabomazisi nayo itshengisiwe khonapha kodwa nomunye wabo uSophie de Bruin akakho lapha ngombani usadla amabele.
On my far right there, we honor Lillian Ngoyi, who was representing black women, and she's carrying a partition. They are all carrying partition there. In the middle is Helen Joseph representing whites. The third one is Rahena Musa, representing Indians one. The one who was representing colored, she's still alive, is Sophie Williams Tibre. Since here we honor people who passed on.
Isithombe sibaziweko samhlapha nje esenziwe ngebronze sazokufakwa hlangana nalezi ngesomfundisi umchochozeli wekululeko nosihlalo wekomishini yezamaqiniso nokubuyisana umbishop Desmond Tutu. Ihlangane engalawulwa umbuso le ithina ethemba lokuthi sazokungezelela nangezinye inthombe ezibaziweko zabachochozeli abalwisene negandelelo leminyaka e-350 yobukoloni nebandlululo.
Sisaraga nogidinga ilanga lokukhululeka emtatweni sinomalwizi Mhlongo ovela emphakathini wama-LGBTIQ+. Nomalwizi siyakwamukela indabeni zesiNdebele lapha ku-DTT. Ingayilanga lekululeko lisho ukuthini kuwe nemphakathini wama-LGBTQI+?
Ngingasho nje abantu ukuthi siyakuthakasela nathi ukuthi siyaligubha lolu suku okuqinisa ukuthi amalungelo abantu ayaqhakambiswa kanye nokuthi abantu baphile ngokukhululeka ngaphandle kokwesaba.
Kuyini ofisa ngathanda kungachugululwa ukuthi nani nizizwe ukuthi nikhululekile elizweni esiphila kilelo?
Ukuya phambili nje ukuthi onke ama-cases aphelele nabantu abangaphansi kwalomphakathi anakekele ukuvikeleka kwabantu nokubanikeza nje i-freedom of speech bakwazi ukukhuluma ngaphandle kwenyingezelo.
Nomalizi niligidinga kuphi ilangeli nina namhlanje?
Abantu bahlangene kuyindawo ezahlukahlukene ama-colors abo bejabula beveza ukuthi ngaphansi kwe-South Africa nabo bakhululekile.
Nomalizi ngikuphi okhunye othanda ukukudlulisa esitshabeni sonke ngelanga lekululeko?
Ngingasho nje ukuthi ayikho inkululeko edlula ukuthi abantu bakwazi ukuyisa unembeza nokuthi bakwazi ukuphila omunye nomunye azi ukuthi umuntu uya-exista futhi unelungelo lokuphila.
Sithokoze. Kanti begodu-ke sinonjengabo Mathibela okhona lapha emtatweni ugidinga ilangeli lanamhlanje elikhulu kangaka. Njengabo siyakwamukela endabeni zesiNdebele lapha ku-DTT. Namhlanje wena uligidinga kuphi ilangeli sengitsho ne-community le yama-LGBTIQ+?
Ngikulotshise Thandeka, ngilotshise nababukeli ngithome ngokuthi ilangeli lihle lechapuluko kuma-Afrika wokana. Thembe kobana baligidinge kamnandi ilanga labo mina ngikwethu namhlanje ngizipholele ngizivasela amafestire abekunalapha engikhona.
Lithini ilangeli lisho ukuthini kuwe ilangeli ne-community le yama-LGBTIQ+?
Thina ke njengomphakathi we-LGBTQI ngingatsho bona lisho litho likhulu kithi noma singazizwa sikhululekile ngombana izehlakalo zona zisabalwa Thandeka mihla namalanga zokubulawa kwabantu abathandana ngobulilo obufanako begodu basahlunguphazwa nangokuthukwa nangokubetshwa njengithuke khulu bakhuza nangizwa kobana kunenarha because mara ibizela inarha le ukuthi yini kokuthi ifuna ukuphasisa umthetho mlingo wokubana abazokubotshwa bebathwese iqala labo abazokufumaneka bathandana ngobulilo obufanako enarheni leyo. Kodwa ngathaba ke very nangizwa ukuthi kunamasewula Afrika abofikile embalula nalo Julius Malema abalisana nawo umthetho loyo. Ngingatsho na thandeka ukuthi ichaphuluko ithoma ngaphakathi komuntu, uthoma wena uzikhulule ngaphakathi kuwe bese uzokuthola lelo chaphuluko olidinga kunanyana olifisako.
Kuyini ofisa ngathana kuyenzeka ukuthi nizizwe nani nichaphulukile?
Thandeka abantu bekhethu bahlelelwa lilwazi, ngibona ngathi bahlelelwa lilwazi khulu. Abekukho kungenziwa ngaphandle kokubana sifundisane thina ukuthi esikhathini esiphila kiswesi izinto zikhamba zishuguluke begodu zenzeke. Ngiyazi bakhona abasayithatha njengobuhlola impilo esiyiphilako lesindeni we-LGBTQI, kodwa ngingathanda ukutsho ukuthi ayisibo kungendlela nathi esizizwa ngayo begodu besibawa basithande hle bebasamukele ngayo le ndlela esingayo sizokwazi ukuthi siphilisane sihloniphane begodu siqhubekele phambili ngempilo. Ngibona kuyinkinga ke mina lokho umuntu nase azazi wena ukuthi usibhekisele sayiphi ipoto. Angiboni impilo ephila ngithi ukuthi ingamupha umraro. Ngiyathokoza.
Ungathini ebantwini labo othi wena babona bubuhlola impilo le eniyiphilako?
Ngingatsho kibo ngithi man ayisibo hle nangathi nabayibona ngathi ngibo siyarabhela sibethe isandla phezu kwesinye abeyisibo ubuhlola nethi sekungendlela imizwa yethu ingakho abekunangenye indlela esingayenza nathi mhlambe ukuthi siphile mhlambe impilo efunwa ngibo.
Esichabeni sonke ungathini namhlanje njengabo elangeni elikhulu kangaka logidinga ichaphuluko?
Impilo leyifitshane bakwethu asizifundiseni ukwamukela ubujamo bopilo njengobanyana bunjalo. Ngingathanda ukuthokoza begodu isitshaba salapha engiphila khona la engihlala khona kwaDlawulale iningi liya adjusta begodu selizwisisa ukuthi bakhona abantu abafana nathi emphakathini. Engakutsho ukuthi asingaqalelani phasi, asihloniphaneni, sibe munye sakhele ikululeko esithi ikhona. Thuthukisane siyeni phambili sisesengaphakathi kwa impela veke batsho ngekulu. Ngithanda ukuyelelisa wona umndeni wami lo ngithi bayalila bomnawethu nabo dadethu endaweni zokuzithabisa more especially lapho esithiche khona batsho bayabathwenya. Bengibawa ukuthi sibahloniphe ngendlela abangayo ukuze nathi basihloniphe ngobunjalo bethu. Ngithi emntwini omutsha okubalulekile ukuthi umuntu ukuzijeja asiphepheni sonke.
Sithokoze kakhulu isikhathi sakho namhlanje njengabo nguNomalizwi Mhlongo nonjengabo Mathibela ebesinabo namhlanje siyathokoza. Sisaraga nendaba lapha nawuqeda ungena siyakwamukela. Imholo yabantu abaningi eSouth Africa apha yehle khulu ukusuka ngenyanga kaNtaka. Kanti lokho zindaba ezingasemnandi esichabeni esiqalene nokubizwa kakhulu kwempilo. Umbiko wamva nje weBank South Africa utshengisa ukuthi imholo yabantu yenyanga yehle uya ku-15,300 rands. Imbalobalwezi ziyadanisa kanti lokhu kwenza abantu babhalelwe ukuthenga impahla ebayidingako.
IBank South Africa ithi inkampani eziningi zisebenza ngaphasi kobujamo obunzima ngonobangela womnotho obogabogako nomraro wegezi oragela phambili kunye nokubiza kakhulu kwempilo. Kanti ukwehla kwamandla weranda kwamva nje nomraro wegezi nakho kweleke phezulu komnotho obuvele ubogaboga. Imbalobalo zemiholo zitshengisa ukuthi imiholo yenyanga nayo yehle yayokuhlala ku-15,321 rands begodi inflation nayo iphezulu okuthi ukuthi abantu abakhona ukuphila ngemiholo abayitholako.
Inflation remains elevated. Overall on the headline number we're still above 7%, and some of the components like food is running at about 14%. So it has indeed eroded the purchasing power of households. So the fact that your nominal wage has not kept up has resulted, if you strip out the impact of inflation, your real wage has dropped quite significantly in the month of March. If you do the calc, real take-home pay was 4.8% lower compared to a year ago. So households, are struggling to make ends meet with the current, scenario on salaries, given that it's not kept up with inflation.
iBank South Africa ithi imbalobalo zayo zitshengisa ukuthi njenganje inkampani eziningi zikhetha ukuqatsha abantu ngamakontraka kunokuthi zibaqatshe unomphela.
The business environment remains really challenging at this point in time. If you look at the sort of ongoing load shedding, the direct impact, also the indirect impact, where companies have to spend money to mitigate the impact of load shedding, that's adding to the cost of production. It's putting pressure on margins. It's in general an environment that's not conducive for the job market. It's not an environment conducive for more job opportunities or for fat salary increases. So I think this environment that we've noticed over the past year, with sort of fairly low, almost no salary increase on average, will likely prevail in the next 12 months or so.
iBank South Africa ithi imisebenzi eminingi ivuleke ngenyanga kaMhlolanja, kanti umbiko wangoNtaka uqinisekisa ukuthi kubetheke kabuhlungu ngehlangothini lemisebenzi njengomana i216,000 imiholo engezeleleko ebhadelweko nje.
Ilanga lechaphuluko licho lukhulu demkhakheni wezemidlalo. Namhlanje abagijimi beSouth Africa abayi92 bakhambile bayogijima elizweni leli ephaliswaneni leConfederations of African Athletics eZambia. Imndeni yabo ibaphekelele ebodoyelweni befly eOR Tambo.
Imithwalo isebhokweni. Abagijimi ababelethwa ngeminyaka abo-2003 ukuya ku-2005 nokho sebakhulile. Sebakulungela ungenela namaphaliswano ahlukahlukeneko okugijima kunye nokuzithabulula. Namhlanje amalunga wemindeni yabo athome ngokuthatha inthombe nabo. Njengombana phela bayokholwa sizungu. Ababelethi bathi leli lithuba egade balifisela abantwana babo.
I'm very proud for this young boy to be here for this opportunity, especially on the Freedom Day that we have fought so hard for.
It's an honor, it's a privilege. It's actually my first time representing the country, and I'm quite excited for the journey, and I'm feeling quite ready, and yeah.
So Africa's come a long way, and to see the children today, participating, it's good. They're growing up. Everybody's enjoying the new freedom in South Africa.
My personal best is 226. I want to break Jacques Frida's junior world record this year of 232. So hopefully I can achieve that.
Very, very excited. I think that I'm so blessed to be carrying this country on my shoulder that I really, really love. And I'm really hoping for the best.
Discus throw and shot put, those, all of a sudden the first name comes to mind is a Sunette Viljoen, who never had a black athlete who wanted to participate in that. Something new, something to look forward to?
Yes, it's all just so surreal to me. Obviously, many people emphasize on the fact that I'm the first person of my kind that's kind of doing what I do in the sport, and I kind of really love being like one of the first to be able to do this. And like my mom just said, I think that it is important to let youngsters know that it is possible regardless of your background, your appearance or anything. So yeah.
Umjubalali weSouth Africa apha oyikutani yangeminyaka abo-1996 uHendrik Moganyetsi ubehlangana nabe bazokunikela inluleko.
Everybody must be behind them. The team is ready, the youth. The under-20s, they are looking forward to raise the South African flag high in Zambia.
Ubakhuthaze nokuthi babuye nemendlela.
Ziyadlala zonke inqhema zeMotsipe Foundation ngomgqibelo. Wonke amehlo sekaqale ukuthi ngisiphi esiyokudlulela ku-DStv kunye nesiyokudlala ama-playoffs. Njeke akhe sixoxisane nomhloli wezemidlalo etafuleni leindaba zesiNdebele uMabhande Mthombeni. Chikwana akwande.
Sithokoze.
Ngibona sekusele imidlalo emithathu kwaphela bona iMotsipe League iphele. Ngisiphi isiqhema obona singachinga ku-DStv?
Siyathokoza Thandeka, siyathokoza nakumbukeli ekhaya. Yabona nongakhumbula ukuthi inqhema endathu noma ezihlanu eziqaliweko sikhuluma ngesiqhema iCape Town Spurs, iCastrick, iPulukwane City, sibuye kodwa siqale neHungry Lions neAll Stars. Zohlanu nje ezinamathuba ukuthi zingadlulela ku-PSL zithi thwi namkha ziyokudlala kuma-playoffs. Kodwa eziqalwe khulu zimbili. Castrick ifike ngamandla ngoba ilingana kunye ne-Cape Town Spurs ngamaphuzu ayi-53. Nange ngomgqibelo esinye sazo singathumba umdlalo wazo kuyatsho ukuthi amathuba wakhona aphezulu khulu ukuthi singaphakama ngoba kusele yona imidlalo le emithathu okhuluma ngayo qalo ezimbili kuhle kuhle.
Lapha ku-DSTV sibone iSundowns iphuma phambili imidlalo ingakapheli kanti kubhalaphi lapha kuMutsipe League.
Ayilula leyo. Uzokhumbula ukuthi iMutsipe League inqhema zakhona zichukulula ababanduli. So lapha ku-DSTV yingakho njenge-Chippa United ikhona ukuchugulula 5-4 yababanduli ngesizini e1.
Sithokoze khulu isikhathi sakho lapha endabeni zesiNdebele ku-DTT Chikwana.
Thokozame.
Namhlanje indaba zesiNdebele ziphelela lapha asihlangane kodwa ngokuzako umusa usale nani.